This castle is the final resting place of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. We got done exploring London, doing a bit of work up there. Now I've had to come up to York to come up here for a meeting, and it's a great opportunity to explore this beautiful city because York has a place with a lot of history. It's a place that was built by the Romans, the Vikings came here a bunch of times. It was like a trade center for the Vikings. For a brief period, it was a very big administrative capital for England. And King Henry III came here. I'm sitting on top of a place called Clifford's Tower right now, which is basically like the main keep of the York Castle. You were telling me about Richmond Castle to the north of York here, and you said there was something very interesting possibly lying underneath.
Absolutely, yes. Legend says that King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table sleep in a secret underground chamber beneath Richmond Castle.
Not terrifying at all. But one of my favourite things I absolutely love about England is you have all these English heritage sites, and all of, not even the tour guides, just the gentlemen like working on the door, like the people working behind the counters, everyone who works for the English Heritage Association has such a passion for history. You can just ask them anything and you'll eventually get a crazy story out of them about something super interesting, an adventure you want to go on, something you want to go explore, like we just got from the gentleman up the stairs there about the potential whereabouts of the remains of King Arthur and his knights. So we're definitely going to go check that out. Also, I just realized I must be the only Anglo-Saxon person who leaves Marbella during the summertime and comes to England, Ireland, and Scotland for holidays in the middle of the English summer. So behind me, or not around me I should say, is Richmond Castle. This castle is the final resting place of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. We could very well be standing above legends right now. Now, although the full story of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table is basically a legend, a work of fiction, it is believed that there was actually, it is based around a individual. Obviously, large parts of that story have been embellished, magic and things like that. But there's a belief that it is actually based around either a real person or the amalgamation of the stories and legends of a few different great leaders. It would be so interesting to assess all of this land here with ground penetrating radar technology to see exactly what is underneath here, because there's a giant well over in this direction. Okay, so apparently they have done some ground penetrating radar scans of that field out there, and you'll see here the stuff that's in green is closer to the surface. The stuff that's a bit more grey is apparently lower to the surface. And look at this, like keeps around about here somewhere. The gentleman was supposed to have come into an entrance somewhere around here on the bank, gotten into a tunnel, come in, and then found King Arthur in that. And look at that, there's a bloody straight line right there, which could potentially be a very tunnel. So they've done some ground penetrating radar studies. The well, right, that is underneath the keep here. If you go down in there, that was actually used as a dungeon at some point for or prison for conscientious objectors, and apparently one of their cells backed onto this supposed tunnel that is running under this this castle, where apparently King Arthur and his knights are sleeping. All this behind me is officially England, and all this land behind me right now is officially Scotland, because this stone just told me. From where I'm standing right now, Scotland looks a bit more beautiful than England does.
I've just woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah? Because I live in a shithole!
This dog behind me that everyone is touching, that is a Greyfriars Bobby, is a famous dog because he was so loyal that when his owner passed away, he would go to his grave every day for 14 years after his owner passed away. And the people of Edinburgh looked after him, and the people of Edinburgh love dogs and love animals, so they built a statue for him. He's got two bloody statues. He's got one statue here and another one where he's actually buried. The dog's got two statues. So I'm in Greyfriars.
Greyfriars.
I'm in Greyfriars Cemetery. Apparently, J.K. Rowling, who is Scottish, used to walk through these kinds of cemeteries and take inspiration for the names of her characters from some of the names on the cemeteries and on the gravestones here. So things like Tom Riddle, Gilderoy Lockhart, they came from these graveyards. A randy Scotsman changed the course of history.